So our industry has long been at the forefront of the experience economy, right? So and it's continuously evolving, using turning data into actionable business insights that translates into unforgettable experiences for our guests. So recently there was an article that I came across by Focusrite in April that states that there is an estimated 17.5 million rooms worldwide. So the industry obviously now has an unprecedented opportunity to unlock growth and improve the customer experience by using IoT as an instrument to enable businesses to mine valuable data from proprietary sources and device. So to speak on that, we have our two speakers here. I'll introduce Bayu first. Bayu is once again our CTO of Bukit Vista.
Hi Bayu.
And of course we have Jonathan as well, distribution manager for IglooHomes from Singapore. Alright, so usually I like to start off with the whys, right? Understanding why we're talking about this is pretty important. So this is a question for both Bayu and Jonathan. So Bayu and Jonathan, why should the hospitality industry and players embrace data and IoT? Perhaps maybe we can start off with Bayu first. Okay.
Mainly, especially on my field, because a little bit background. So I'm doing currently what I'm doing at Bukit Vista is we are trying to optimize and using data, because in hospitality industry we have actually a data for user data, right? Of our previous customer, and we can understand them better. So we can just be a regular hospitality company by doing something that we think will make guests delighted, but we're not sure if that going to work or not. But so with technology, actually we can manipulate this data in aggregate that we can use it to answer questions. So I met a lot of people here actually having a lot of questions, same question like me actually. So most of the time it actually can be answered by looking back at our data. So like question as simple as is business doing well in Bali, then we can just take a look at our data. So it's also depends on whose data that we are using. For example, in Bukit Vista, of course, we are using our internal data. Then we know that Bukit Vista is doing well or not. To compare to other businesses, we don't know yet, because we don't know how other businesses are collecting their data and creating their report. So we need to process this to basically answer questions to enhance the delivery of hospitality, because we are working in hospitality, and also remove inefficiencies. So sometimes we are doing something that really like not necessary. We are adding more like flower pot. Basically, why we are adding more flower pot for like another $500, for example? Is that actually giving back revenue to us or not? Like what they said previously actually, or any other business decision? Should we do renovation, or when should we do renovation? When should we give discount? When should we give special experience, like planting rice field, for example? Is that actually selling, or is that actually delivering value to the guests? So that's the kind of question that we can answer by using this data.
Okay, so yeah, in summary, I guess you're saying that data, IoT technology gives us a lot of certainty in our business decisions, right? And Jonathan, what do you feel about that as well?
I mean, obviously it's important. I also totally agree with you. So I think I'll share another perspective as well. Focus on hospitality. So basically with data and IoT, you can measure things, or you can collect data using technology. Rather than using data from the outside, you can use your own data to plan, like you increase the price, when you have a discount, stuff like that. You also can see who are the guests, what kind of guests you have. Sort of like business visitors, are they family visitors or couple tourists? They all want different experiences, so you can actually see what they want. Like for business travelers, they want something like strong Wi-Fi. Maybe for a couple, they want a nice romantic setting or a quiet bedroom. For families, you want like separate rooms, one for the children, one for the parents, something like that. Yeah. So I think just to share, with data you also can know what kind of direction your business can go in. For example, Airbnb in Australia, they did a survey. Actually, 50% of all key handovers happen during office hours. So example, if you're working full-time and you're an Airbnb host as well, you have to change the keys 50% of the time, half of the time when you're still working. So it's a very big hassle. So you need IoT technologies to sort of like make it easier for your business and for your work-life balance. Like you can't be like doing this job, then your part-time job is, your boss won't be happy with that. Yeah, so another thing is that with IoT, definitely can increase your operations efficiencies and like minus away all the things like the extra fat. You just get to the good meat. Yeah. So I think something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So we can definitely say, in general, we can all safely say that data definitely does help with the business. But what specific role do you feel that data or IoT plays when it comes to specifically enhancing the guest experience?
I guess that's to me.
Yeah.
Because we are actually trying a little bit about that. We are touching the field of machine learning so far. It's not in production like full-blown machine learning automatically doing everything. We're just experimenting with that right now. But we are doing something. We are trying to do something with the result of these analytics. So, for example, in a very simple case is to enhance our content, basically. Like what guests actually asking if they are not booking instantly, for example. So we can guess, we can make a lot of text in the listing. Like I see a lot of hosts doing that, like bullet point, like hundreds of lines, like what features that they have. They have key box, they have like all the features there. But is that actually necessary, or is actually people reading that? So we don't know the answer to that, right? So what we are doing currently, we are analyzing these questions that from the bookings that is not coming from inquiries, and seeing what kind of question that guests actually asking. So far, we run feed all of these questions to our it's called intent recognition in a machine learning field. So what we found so far, probably there's only like less than 50 questions that's actually repeated like every day from all different guests. So the most simple one, or I think number one ranking is actually, can I check in earlier or can I check in late? So that information is very simple for us to answer, right? But that actually reducing our opportunity to sell, because they need to ask that before they want to book. What we want to have is that actually guests already know that information, that they can early check in or not just before they book, so they don't need to ask. Because the process of asking, like especially on Airbnb, they will send us an inquiry. Then we have a person to answer inquiry, which is maybe if we are very super active host, maybe we can reply that within 15 minutes. But that's still there's still time, right? So the host needs 15 minutes to answer the question. If I am a guest asking that question, then I will need to wait for 15 minutes. Probably I will leave to get my coffee. Probably I will go to a pantry or to my kitchen, and then meet someone there, and then talking, and then I forget about my inquiry. And then the guest actually say that yes, you can do check it early, but I already forgot that I'm asking that question. So an opportunity of booking is lost there. So what we are trying to do here is if there are 100 out of like 500 questions asking about early check-in, then what we can do is just put that information, that very important information, in the listing. That's one of the very practical solution in doing in using the data that we have.
Okay, so it does cover the foundations, right, or at least customer experience. But when we talk about customer experience, we're also talking about, in this space we're talking about data and also IoT at the same time. It is about a curated experience. It is about hyper-personalization, right? Actually. So Jonathan, you're at IglooHomes is in that IoT personalization space. Is there something that you would like to talk about with regards to this?
So actually another case, I always like to talk about operations efficiency so you can actually scale up. So I was talking to the CEO of Jovelio, Christine. So she actually shared with me early case of how IoT can help a company scale. So before using IoT, just one host could manage on average 10 homes. But after that with IoT, right, they could actually manage 1:50 homes instead. Because you have the platform, you have the hardware, you can collect the data. So with knowing this, right, you can obviously improve your operations, you can scale up. But then for the guest experience itself, you can also collect all the data, you can analyze it. Most of the things that we cover basically. Like you're saying things like your promotions or your off-peak seasons, your different types of travelers. I think with IoT as well, especially the technology that you're implementing. You can be happier if the operations are faster, there's easier access, you don't have to meet so many people maybe to collect just a key for the house. And you can operate cleaners and butlers as well. So you can measure the efficiency using technology as well. So you can say okay, I hired this cleaner for 6 months. Let me check how many rooms she could clean using technology so I can get the data, then I can improve the operations cost as well. So it's okay, maybe this company is not so efficient, let me try another company. You can see the food as well. Is it constantly good? Is it constantly do they maintain a good standard? Do they have a bad standard? Something like that. So I think that's how IoT and data can also improve the user experience.
Okay. Alright, so to make this a little bit more practical for our audience, is there perhaps maybe a case study where both of you can share with us how data and how IoT has been enhancing the customer experience?
Is there any? Vista? Okay. Okay, so one of the simple example of that is actually probably night shift. We don't have any night shift reservation, or we call it air support at Vista. So air support person is someone that the guest can contact at any time. So normally we just finish our work at 6. But when guests are arriving at 7, for example, or at 8, they try to call the host. And we don't have anyone here. We're having dinner, or maybe the phone just left at the office. And that's not a good experience. Then the next day we will find out that the guests are complaining because they cannot go into the property because they cannot find where the key is, or the staff forget that there's a guest coming in. So that's one of the practical use of the data that we have. That's actually very, very simple data analytics. So that is actually shown on our Tableau, but the older version, the one that Jane shared yesterday. So on the booking page, also that's what type of guests actually checking in every day, and also what type of people actually making a booking every day. So we have a share of how many guests are doing the booking during working hours and how many guests are doing the booking outside of the booking hours. So that's how we make. I think this is operational decision. Basically, should we add one more people? Should we hire more people to do the night shift or not? And also something that is still going on, if I can share. I think I gave a page to Kuldeep. So this is actually my Slack feed because I like everything on my phone. Okay, so this is how I supervise the engine to understand what guests want. So this one is a feed of our negative review. Okay, so we want to track positive reviews are great. Basically, we celebrate that. But more importantly is we look at the negative review and what can we do about that. So this is Fortunately, we only have a few negative reviews from Saturday, November, which is 3 days ago. So this guest is complaining pretty bad. She say maybe something like, okay, like we wouldn't dare to get or even beside it. Completely green and covered in algae, along with several tiles missing. So that's about the pool. So this guest is okay. So the first sentence that this guest write in his or her review is the pool was disgusting, full of waste and dirt. So we want to know. As human, it's easy for us to understand that this is about the pool, that the pool is dirty. So we try to teach this machine to analyze what kind of message, and now that is actually okay. So that what is the machine understanding so far. So it's about the pool. So that's a new kind of complaint because we never had any complaints about that before. So that's a new intent that we are creating. So let's try to see something that we have already learned, that the machine already learned. For example, maybe can you scroll up a little bit? That's in foreign. Okay. Foreign language. Yeah, I cannot see that. Okay. So you see some response from the robot like could you say that again? So that means the robot never don't really understand about that. But let's try the last chat at the bottom. I think that's okay. Like that, not the location. Okay, so the villa provided. Okay, probably about the kitchen. I think that's 3 days ago. Yeah. So this is also not categorized. So okay. So what we are trying to do here is we want to categorize every reviews in their different pool, and then from there, actually, what we get from this this is pretty technical, but let me make it simple. So basically, the data that we get is we get one sentence that match this meaning. This meaning we can name it after human name, like for example, dirty pool or something. So every time there's a review like that, it will feed to our data center basically, and then we can aggregate that within a month or so. How many reviews are actually mentioning that, and then we can do action in that. We can compare that to different complaints. So we can have a focus on which part of the property that we need to fix. So we can say that probably we have a very beautiful villa, but the staff didn't speak English. So instead of focusing on the guest complaint that I think the guest is from some random country nowhere that they don't appreciate this beautiful villa, but that actually a very reasonable for a guest because the staff cannot communicate with the guest. So with the staff. So that's something that can help us. One more feed, I think, is if you can see show us the other channel. Yeah, that one. That is the FAQ that we have. Yes, that one. Okay. So here is the question that's coming in from our inquiries. This is a very simple question, right? How far is the walking distance to the beach, for example? So currently, I think let's see if the engine already found that. Okay, so it already see that the match intent is the property distance to the beach. So whenever there's a question like that, we can disconnect it to any other platform that we use, like maybe not WhatsApp, but like email, for example. We can set the automated reply for that email that this guest is asking about the distance to the beach. So this can reduce the time of answering the inquiries from 15 minutes to like 2 seconds because it's done automatically. And other than that, we have also the data. Remember the data that the town that there's one guest asking about the distance to the beach. So if we have offer 1,000 questions, for example, if there's like at least 500 guests asking about that, it means that distance to the beach in this area is important. So probably we need to put a picture about the beach or this a distance or even on the title listing, like beautiful villa 100 meters to the beach, for example. So that's how we can practically use the data in a very, very simple way. We are looking to use this also to do the pricing. Maybe in the future we don't need to do revenue management. We don't need to look at the table. Oh yeah, by the way, the previous table, the table that we see yesterday, that's actually very manual work. We can understand it as human. We can read it. What is the trend? What should we do as a human? But if we have like 1,000 properties, 10,000 properties, we need like 1,000 people also to do that every day. Yes, yeah, data scientists. Okay, so that this can help us. I believe this can help us because it's measurable. It can be calculated and it can predict and also make a conclusion by itself. So I think this is one of the practical use of data science that we can apply in our practice, especially in hospitality. Because what matters in the end is actually the guest. Actually, yeah. So we know what people are asking, and we know what are the concern that they have in every question.
Okay, thank you, Bayu. So when we were talking about this, we had an earlier session when I was talking to the speakers, and Jonathan, when we were talking about this IoT specifically, we know that for you, I think in IglooHomes, you guys go beyond just the hospitality industry, right? I think we spoke about in the case studies where it's also, we talked about, I think, an Indonesian telco using IoT, how did that benefit? I think we also spoke about a boutique integration. Yeah, maybe would you like to share some cross industry practices with us? Yeah?
Yeah, sure. So I think I'll start off with like telling the story of how IglooHome came about. So actually our founders were Airbnb hosts. They were working full time, and Airbnb was like a part-time gig. So like I mentioned, 50% of the handovers were done during office hours, which was a hassle for them. So they decided, hey, how about I create something with IoT and a connected device to actually make my life easier. So that's how we actually came up with our first product, the keybox. So we also found out that like, with data, that actually Wi-Fi logs are more dangerous compared to offline logs because of hacking, off-site hacking. Yeah. So we decided to go with an offline device that could actually help Airbnb hosts like themselves last time. So basically how it works is like you just put the keys inside your home and then you lock it inside. So you can work the whole day, and then if they want to come to your house, you can just generate a PIN code and the guests can get it automatically. So I mean, to help guest experience, right, I integrated with like Airbnb, Booking.com, IglooHomes, and also like some hotels, like I mentioned, boutique hotels. So boutique hotels, how we help, like we have our devices installed. We provide things like a dashboard. If they have their own dashboard, we provide APIs and SDKs. So with these, you can use just one platform to manage your guest check-ins, generate a PIN code, so you don't have to worry about the card, the hotel card that you need to use to tap in. So now you have a PIN code, expires automatically, really improves your flow of operations. Yeah, so our angle is for hospitality is more operations flow. So this boutique integration, there are some in Japan, Osaka, this hotel called Min Hotels. So they have their own system and they use our APIs to integrate into their dashboard so that they can manage the guest check-ins and our logs as well. So yeah, that's how we actually try and help the industry. So like I mentioned also Telkomsel, we actually do it for the cell tower management. Because Indonesia is huge, right? You have about one company managing 10,000 cell towers, so you have about hundreds of companies like that. We are working with a few IPS, Telkomsel directly. So we try to use IoT to also manage infrastructure. They are buildings, but they're not hospitality buildings. But yeah, that's just another example of how we can help as well.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. So this is a topic of so data and IoT always feels like a very nascent, well maybe not smart data, but IoT, right? It's like sort of an emerging trend in the hospitality industry. So every time I talk to people, people are always saying that yes, online and connected solutions definitely helps to enhance the decision making in business, but they don't necessarily always agree that it allows employees or it enables employees to do higher value. So maybe you can. I want to tap onto your brain on that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so good. I have a question. So, have you ever had any survey about the customer satisfaction actually?
Okay. So we actually ask our customers to write a review after they purchase our products from like online shops. Right? But you're talking about like purchasing, or just
No.
yes,
What I mean, the user that actually opened the door, and what is their experience? Is it?
Okay. Of course, there are some misses as well, but most of them they say that it helps them, because you don't have to worry about losing your keys anymore. You just need a PIN code or an RFID card. Also something like it's easy to install. Then you can, so if, for example, I'm overseas right now, but somebody wants to visit my home, right? So I can just use my mobile app, create a PIN code, and send it over to him. So it can be duration based, like one-time based or like permanent based. Yeah. So the user feedback we've gotten is that it improves a lot of operations flows for like boutique hotels, Airbnb rental hosts, as well as because of the integration. So Airbnb is integrated directly into our mobile app. So you can put your listings, if you have IglooHome now, you can use the IglooHome app to manage your listings as well. Yeah, so the feedback is usually positive. And sometimes it says that integration with technology sometimes breaks. So there are a few issues sometimes, but of course we also fix it. So the feedback we have is that our customer support is also available 24/7, which is why they still choose to use our box, even though there's sometimes a failure. Yeah, so that's why.
The reason I'm asking is actually because we are in a hospitality industry, right? And most of people actually, especially in Bali, people are coming to see cultures, like to see other human that are doing a unique culture. They want to see local people. They want to talk to local people with a strange accent, like me. So I think this is one of the concern of using technology, especially all connected, all automated, and all robotic. Right? So is this technology actually enhancing this human touch? Experience, higher value, or actually adding unique value. If possible, we can use technology to make everything so efficient, and then no hassle, but still delivering the unique value that people actually looking for, what they want to get in Bali. That would be amazing. So basically, we just need to be careful on how we use this technology, and basically how you envision your type of hospitality.
So there's always this misconception about IoT, right, Jonathan? People often think that IoT is just about two devices connecting to each another. Do you think so? Do you think that is really the crux and the value, once again, is that the value that IoT brings across when it comes to customer experience in the hospitality industry?
Well, I mean, it might definitely will help, right? Actually, all your devices connected, your fans, your lights, your door. There's this program called like IFFT, correct. So basically, like example, if you use IglooHome and then you key, I have a PIN code, and Bayu has a PIN code. So basically, if I key my code, the program will recognize that, Jonathan's going back home. So basically, my program is to run my bedroom lights will switch on, my aircon will switch on. Then if Bayu goes back, maybe he programs that, maybe when I key my code, our kitchen lights are on, I want to get the dinner or something like that. So I mean, with connected technology, it makes your operations easier. The customer experience also basically say, this is a smart hotel, it's a totally new experience. Maybe there's a little lack of human interaction, but you can also bundle that in separately. So as long as you know the hardware is good, like your housing, your plumbing, your water and everything, it will increase your efficiency in a sort of like hotel where you go in, just feel like happier. It's like one touch, everything's on. Like one button, everything's off. Yeah, you can even customize it as well as a customer. So you can even connect it to a mobile device. Some hotels use mobile phones inside, so that when a guest goes in, they can use that with the internet. So you give you a phone and you just walk around, you use it for the duration of the stay. It's like a connected device as well. So I think it will definitely improve the guest experience.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now to everything there are ups and downs, right? So threats like cyber security, cyber attacks, poses new risk for industry players. What are your views on this? Wait, Jonathan, maybe we can go with you first.
Yeah, so I think I did some research, so let me check a little bit. So I mean, of course, for new companies, right, there's a lot of talk about regulations just now. So I think the same goes for cybersecurity, especially in a country like Singapore. We are full of regulations. So we have things like you have to be certified for this. Of course we have a mobile app and we have a dashboard. So they ask, are you certified? What sort of security protections do you have? So I think for any country that starts up, right, you have to make sure that there's some regulations that you're following. Like for us in Singapore, we have this this agency called IMDA. So actually we are registered under them. We're the only company that's registered because of our smart capabilities. And then overseas in Japan, we have different sort of ratings as well which you need to follow. So I think it's good. It is a bit more towards not towards cybersecurity much, but it's like you need to understand the market demand and what sort of you don't want to make the government come after you because you're not regulated correctly. Then that will disrupt your business as well. So you have to research beforehand and make sure that you're regulated enough. Make sure you get all the certificates, protocols before you actually start. So I think that's the angle that we are coming from.
Okay, Bayu, what do you think about that? In terms of data trends?
Most probably, if it's regarding data, we have to govern our data pretty carefully because especially it's human data, people data basically. It's probably there's nothing sensitive like bank accounts or password or something like that. We just don't have any. Currently, especially in Indonesia, we don't really have any big concern about general data. Especially this is internal data. We only have probably name, date, date, time, and then probably the number of people that are coming. That kind of data actually you can get from government. Actually, they sometimes give reports. So in my part of in terms of data security, it's still pretty okay. I mean, we don't have any big risk to leak this data into the party that might use it for all of the bad things basically. But yeah, so far this is our company data. We try to secure our data as good as possible. But yeah, so far there's not really big concern that. Or maybe there's someone out there wants to know how much Bukit Vista is making or something, or how many guests actually Bukit Vista is having. They probably they want to do some research. But I doubt that there will be someone to do that, especially to Bukit Vista, because we are actually sharing this as well, sharing our data. So not so big concern in terms of security for now.
Okay, alright, thanks. So earlier on we talked about ability to predict, right? Prediction has been a theme that we've talked and is also very closely aligned to technology. So early detection obviously allows us to reduce risks, right? Talking about once again security breaches and attacks. It also once again reduces business inefficiencies, right? Things like operation downtime, manpower waste, inventory tracking and management. So in your line of work individually for both of you, how does predicting help business owners and their guests in terms of the guest experience, once again, in all the lines?
Yeah, I think a lot of things have been mentioned just now, like the prices, everything. So with the data, you analyze it, you can sort of predict which periods the customers come in. Like for Bali, the peaks are in December to January. I think yesterday there was a slide around there. So basically, with that in mind, you can do something like for operation side, your full-timers and part-timers. Like when it's peak season, right, do you need part-timers to actually help? Part-time cleaners or part-time hosts as well. So you can predict all these things using data technology. And once you've analyzed all this, you can actually prepare your funding, your finances as well. Prepare, okay, I need this lump sum of cash for this period. I need extra people for this period of the month. And you can also help to improve your operations and your guest experience. So I think that's just more or less. Yeah.
What about growth, guys? When we talk about prediction, we're talking about the future, right? So other than just operational inefficiencies, how do you think that not really predicting the future, I guess forecasting to the future, right? How does that help with business growth then? When it comes to IoT as a vehicle, data as the goal, right? So in terms of growth, do you all have anything else to share with regards to that?
No, yeah, okay, I just one point first, sorry. So I think with regards to growth, if you know you're going to scale, right, you have to find companies which can scale together with you. So you can find maybe like a cleaning company that's expanding, or example technology companies which can also help you with your own market. For example, like if you're scaling, you don't want someone who's just like stagnant, there's no future growth. So you want someone who's as future minded as you, so you can scale up together as a business. Yeah.
So it does create, I guess, that alignment within two companies and partnerships, right? Okay, but what do you think about that? Alignment, predictions, growth?
Yeah, I think that really helping, especially in business decision. So some company actually suffering from this they are seeing different opportunities, and then they are start taking different business and not focusing on their main business. Maybe what we are doing at Bukit Vista, for example, it's very easy to get distracted. Like, oh yeah, we should do transport as well. Oh, we should do food and beverage as well. Or we should do like small things that probably we still can do, but then we will not focus on our main vision or main value actually. So that could help with that. Data can help with that. Looking from the historical data and also predictive data, and also even probably changing the main line or the main value of the business by saying or predicting the future. What is the trend? What is the user trend? Should we use technology, or should we use technology A or technology B? What is the growth of each user? Is user using Google or using Airbnb to search accommodation, something like that? That's a pretty simple example. But if we have our own data, we can dig down deep into our niche, especially in the value that we are really offering.
Okay, thank you. So with regards to future, right now the trend is that we see, even like Kampong right now, we're seeing more and more villas and properties looking more Instagrammable, more Pinterest-like. So, and it's more luxurious. But then we see also, or rather I have observed, maybe the emerging trend might be actually smart homes, smart properties, right? So perhaps maybe Jonathan, you can talk a little bit about that in terms of maybe if, like say for example, I was a villa owner and I was going to start a new property and I wanted to make it into a smart home, what will your basic 101 be? And yeah, what will your basic 101 be? So like advice for them.
So I think you should know first the market research, what products are out there. Next would be what you actually need, what is lacking in your company now that you need to improve on, and also what the guests will actually want in the future also. So I think it's from the start, smart home, right? Smart home area.
Yeah,
So
like a smart home or a smart property. Imagine that it's going to, I would imagine that right now it could be a homeowner like Bukit, but what happens is a resort, a smart resort.
Smart resort, okay.
Yeah.
So actually there's a really big emerging trend now. For example, in countries like Japan, they have a whole area called Shinagawa, where they want to make it a smart city. So there's a smart home, smart office, and smart shopping centers. So with that in mind, right, you need to know all your technologies, you need to know all your software, you need to figure out, okay, does this fit, does that fit, which items can be integrated together, which items can't be integrated together, and also a team. Basically, you need a team to actually help you grow this business as well, this focus on the market. I'm really technology focused basically. So I always say you need to research the technologies, you have to find something that fits best for your villa. Sometimes you have a marketing strategy. You have to see, does this look and feel fit into my villa? Does it fit into this resort? Then you have to choose, what's the back end, how long is this company be around, what's your warranty, what's your service agreement like? if things break down, you want someone to help you fix it, especially for technology. Then for software side, can I use it? Is it user friendly? Just a few things to take note of when you're starting something new, especially for smart homes and smart properties.
So we also spoke a little bit the last time about how IglooHomes is not really just the hardware business. You guys also have the software business, right? So I'm very interested. When you guys work with businesses, what sort of data do you all then collect actually?
Okay, for us, we collect a lot of data. We get access logs. We get who has access. So basically, in the mobile app and our dashboard, you can see all the times and who has actually entered home. And sometimes we will provide things like location. Example, we did we work with a truck company, and then they actually use our logs, and then each unlock was tracked at the time, which driver, and also which area that they unlocked in. So other than that, what other data do we have? Access logs. Yeah, so basically there's a lot of the access log side, and so you can see like who goes into the house at what time, which gas check, what time the gas usually check in, what time the gas check out, immediately the door close, and what time we leave the house. First we have like a sensor to detect the relocks, right? So for this data you can actually see the trends the customers have, and then you can curate it for their experience as well.
Okay, so this is still very early days, right? We've not really seen, like, say, for example, 30% of the market as smart homes. But let's go a bit into the future and a bit of visioning exercise here, right, Bayu? What do you think as a data company? What do you think as a property owner? What sort of data do you think we should be collecting if we have a smart home or a smart property in this case?
What kind of data?
What kind of data? What kind of data do you think would be interesting to collect and probably important to collect? Like just you thinking about that like 5 years into the future.
I think first, in terms of property, for vacation rental.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, for vacation rental, I think in the earlier stage, what we should collect is actually a guest review. Yeah, guest feedback. That's a pretty simple concept. Probably the traditional hotels also already been doing that.
Very much like when I go back to Singapore and then the toilets, right? So at the airport, you see the smiley face, okay face, and then okay, alright. It's quite interesting actually.
Why that's important? Because in the early stage, probably an accommodation doesn't have any brand yet, or any market yet, or any niche basically. So we're still grasping like what kind of audience that actually we want or attracted to this kind of property. Right? So if I have this building, for example, this villa, but without any decoration, so before I put some more money to add all the decoration, I would ask the early guests actually, like what kind of decoration should I get? Like should it be like modern, simple, and then shiny silver thing, or should be like wooden, rustic, and like old, worn wood like that. So probably that can help us to decide what's next. So after that, then we should dig deeper on that kind of market basically. Who will want to book this kind of place if I have already put the new decoration, and where are they making a booking, where they are going to travel, what kind of location, what kind of activities, and what kind of food that they are want to have.
Yeah, I actually think that's quite like it actually helps to maybe do repeat visitors, right? Can you imagine like if it's a smart home, they already know like what you like to eat, who is your preferred driver, where do you like to go. That would definitely help with repeat visits, don't you think?
Yeah. So if I have one Nangli visited,
yes.
and then after 5 years, then there's another Nangli visited. Like so, after go to the villa, eat like vegetarian food, and then goes to party, and then next day there's another guest with the same pattern that probably this is actually perfect for that kind of traveler. So probably I would enhance that. Probably I would provide vegetarian breakfast. Or I would build a small like salad bar upstairs, something like that. It will open up like an opportunity to build this concept of the property into that specific market.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that actually in a smart home, in terms of data, how it will help is it helps with hyper personalization, right? And so it really curates that brand experience once again. So okay, that's really interesting to hear. Thank you, speakers, once again, and that actually wraps up the very last session. So we'd like to open up any questions for Bayu and Jonathan with regards to data, IoT, smart properties. Does anybody have maybe a smart lock in their house or thinking about installing a smart lock? Yes,
I just wanna say, sharing some experience. I don't know how. My friend has a house that has a smart lock, but it can get hacked.
oh,
So
I think it's a Wi-Fi lock, right? Is it connected to the internet?
I'm not sure because it uses card, like the hotel. But it's it's connected to the Wi-Fi too, yeah.
Yeah, so that brings back to like the IoT again. So I mean sometimes connected things where you have to choose the right sort of technology. So for Wi-Fi locks, the problem is it's online. So when you're online, someone with the technical skill can actually damage and hack into your home. Which is why actually we chose to go offline instead. So we did some research and then there was another case study actually in Europe, a whole hotel, right, used Wi-Fi locks. So actually someone actually hacked into that Wi-Fi network and then all the guests were actually stuck inside. Stuck outside. Yeah. Like held hostage. Then another problem with Wi-Fi locks is that sometimes when there's no connectivity. And sometimes in Indonesia, the connection is not always 100%. So when there's no connection, your lock actually dies as well. Yeah, so it's a selection process. Wi-Fi versus no Wi-Fi. Yeah, so that's interesting question.
So how do you sometimes like making sure the client that it is secure enough? Is there any warranty?
Oh yeah, definitely there's a warranty. So in Indonesia, the way we do things is like we set up distribution channels. So like we have about 90 distributors globally now. So each of them provides service and warranty for the jurisdiction that they take care of. So that's to ensure that a 24/7 hotline as well. So if someone's locked out, right, you need someone there straight away. You can't be like, hey, you can't expect me to wait outside my house and live here until your technician comes. So it's like within 2 or 3 hours, our technicians will be there to support. Then of course we select it properly. So like in Malaysia, our old partner wasn't fantastic, but the new one is actually really good. So they're more on the ground, we provide proper support and also communicate with customers. So it's kind of like hospitality for business. Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
alright, okay. Any more other questions? Or two guests? Yes, Jane.
Okay, regarding have you guys noticed the toilets in this villa, by the way? Has anyone seen them? Yeah, pretty amazing, right? So I was just thinking earlier about what, let's say, the level of the Maslow pyramid smart technology should address. And I was thinking like in a locked case, that's actually a very sort of safety level of the Maslow pyramid. It's very fundamental. And I think in those areas, I'm just guessing, I think like having technology serve that is far better than having humans serve that. Like, would you rather have like a security guard outside who might occasionally not show up to work and be late or off than, let's say, having a robo guard out there that never sleeps and has eyes on everything? So I think on that level, technology actually can reduce the amount of uncertainty. I had a smart lock check-in in Hong Kong, and essentially the host gave me the lock, and I felt, actually, I lose shit all the time, as anybody knows, especially keys. And so it felt so liberating, actually, it felt so safe that essentially I knew that I wouldn't have to lose the key, all the host, and get that back in. But then also I wonder like the toilet issue too as well, right? And that's kind of a survival need. If that fails to function, then now you don't have a cool toilet with spray gun and dryer and everything. You can't even use the bathroom anymore. So having it so fundamental, let's say on the pyramid, I think imposes such a high reliability function on that. And so what's been your experience in terms of those balances between like providing something that's automated, that's reliable, but yeah, those are
Yeah, so of course, the front door is the first step to your home, right? If your front door is not secure, your home is gone. So we totally understand that. So which is why we focus a lot on our quality and product control. So even if that fails, right, we have customer support that will always go back and help. So in Japan, especially when I was there a few months back, because some hardware is always a failure rate. There's always a failure rate for hardware. So when I was there, right, they're saying like 3 to 5% failure rate is not acceptable. So I learned a very important lesson when I was there. This guy, our distributor, he was talking to me over dinner and he said, Jonathan, there's only 3 things to do business in Japan for hardware. First, quality. Second, quality. Third, quality. Yeah. So after I learned that, I realized, okay, fine, quality is an important aspect. If your product does keep failing, obviously people will start to think your company isn't doing great, isn't such a great product after all. But we strive our best to improve the quality as much as possible. We hire quality specialists from Japanese companies, from Singapore companies, just to improve and give a sense of peace of mind, basically, that our quality is sufficient. So we have like 2 factories as well, one in China, one in Korea, and then all R&D is also stationed in China. But of course, the software side, which is another part of security, we actually kind of do it in-house and we shop control it. So we do like patterns, we do IP protection to ensure that no one can actually steal our technology to and then actually hack into customer data. And of course, we have credit card details, we have full address details, we have your passwords, everything. So yeah, we have to ensure that. So we actually just host our server on AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is a company that most software companies use as well, like Facebook. Yeah, so I think that's so much. Some kind of covers technology. Oh, also for our hardware itself, our locks come with this is very technical term, AES 128 encryption. So to ensure that normal people can't really hack it. If you have a technical know, of course you can hack it, but still the only protocol is Bluetooth. So there's no Wi-Fi on the locks. You can't hack it from like Russia or China. You know where all the hackers are. Yeah. So we also provide extra security with extra protocols. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. No, never knew about that. Okay. All right. Thanks guys for sharing. And that pretty much wraps up our event for today. Once again, guests, thank you very much for coming all the way here to Indonesia, and of course our guests from I guess. Okay. So once again, just wanted to let you know, in case you'd like to access our content for day 2, you can log into our Facebook page, and all our content will be up there. Alright, okay. Thank you everyone once again. Thank you speakers and thank you team. That's it. So hope to see you guys soon or maybe at the next event. Thank you.